ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday. I hope that your weekend has started well, and I hope things are going a little better for you than they are for me setting up this live stream, because as sometimes happens, the software that I use not only had an update, but when I started the program, as I'd normally do, I double click on the icon and it says 29 days left of your free trial. And I thought, that's interesting, because I pay for this software every month on exactly the same day of every month. And I know that this month's subscription has been charged and has gone through. And I've been using this software for probably about 10 years now. And all of a sudden it says 29 days of the free trial remaining. So anyway, I brought up all of the information and the live stream as I normally set it up. And across the screen, kind of moving around, it said, oh, unregistered version or something like that. So anyway, I had to close it down, update the software, which is always dangerous. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. It could potentially all go wrong. But update the software, and then I had to get a new key, which is loads of letters and numbers that I then had to put into it. And now it's gone through as being registered, or now being allowed to be used, which is great. So yeah. The thing is that whenever you have an update of any software, as has happened now, the audio levels normally, when you get to about 3/4 volume, it'll start to go a little bit yellow. And then if you go further than that, it'll get a little bit red. And it's basically to show you that you're getting close to clipping, which is where it's a little bit too loud. And it's always a bit of a bit of a guess as to how loud to be, because you don't want to be too loud. But then, if you say something a bit too loudly, it'll pop out and be loud. And then I've got the fill jam potentially happening, so I've got to watch that for the backing track and the guitar and the mic and all that stuff. But now, with the update, they've changed it so that now when you go to 3/4, instead of yellow, it's now turning dark orange, borderline red. So it looks like on the screen, because generally red means clipping, and if you've used digital audio workstations before, you'll know that there's a little red light that comes on when the signal is being clipped, so you know that it's too loud, that the gain's too high, you've got to turn it down. So the fact that this is now showing red all the time, it's the same level as I've always had it, and it's the same microphone, same everything, but the way it's displayed has now changed. So it's quite off-putting, because your natural reaction, having been in studios and done a lot of production, your natural reaction when you see something red happening on some audio display, you're assuming that's clipping. So you think, oh well, what have I got that's going to be clipping? Which signal's too loud? Obviously it can only be the microphone, but it's just the way that they're showing it. So yeah, that's a new feature that I wouldn't have. Because it just makes it look like it's clipping when actually it's not. So as you guys will know, because you'll be able to hear my voice and it won't be really distorted, because that's what it sounds like when clipping happens, that the signals being clipped is like there's too much going above it. So it's like, I was going to say, it's like turning your amp up to 11. And that's literally what it can be when the signal is too much for the input, therefore it distorts, whereas when you turn it down, it's now a clearer signal down here, too loud up there. But anyway, let's not get into all of that. It's just the way that it displays is obviously different for this particular update. So the other thing is, I'm going to try and get everything up on screen as we normally do. Let's see if my patrons, it looks like that started well. So thank you guys for all of your support. And by the way, my patrons make this all possible. They're the foundation of everything that I do on the channel, including these live streams. So thank you guys. You know who you are. And I did actually ask very quickly at the beginning of the live stream in the live chat room as to what the goal was for tonight. And I think we're going to be going for a new record, as we have been going for over the last however many Saturdays. It's been quite a lot of them. So tonight, we are going to be aiming for 665 likes. There you go. That would be a new record for the channel on not only a Saturday night live stream, but a live stream of all time, if that even makes sense. So let's get the likeometer up on screen. And we're approaching 300 so far. I think we might be able to get a bit of a spike of the likes going on. If you can hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be very much appreciated. And then we will bust out the guitar, have a jam later on to number 213. Is that correct? Yes, it is. So, yeah, if you can hit the thumbs up, that would be great. Right. Let me also get up on screen the donations tab, because as long-time viewers will know, you don't have to donate, just watching is great. And that goes for everything. You don't have to donate to request an analysis video, or you don't have to donate during these live streams or any time. So just watching is great. Maybe in the live streams introduce yourself, maybe hit the thumbs up, that'd be great as well. It really does help the channel to grow and to get out there a little bit more. But yeah, just watching is fantastic. For those people that can't resist donating, I think it's important that they know between 40 and 65% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link in the description below. I always struggle with the numbers, as you will know, with my maths. But yeah, you don't have to donate. Just watching is great. Let me skip this advert that's trying to jump in. And I can see there have been donations already, so thank you for those. I will just give a quick shout out to you guys in the live chat room, because tonight we've got in there Mimi321, Melody Rocks, Debbie, Bob, Billy, Mimi321 again, Anna, B, and Rain. Is that Rain, your reality? Something? Laurie, Daisy, Karen, Bella Gale, Desert Deluge, and Debbie Charlie Split Image, 137 Alison Ninja Kitty. Oh, and then it's gone through too quickly. So this is the problem when there are long usernames, but also ones that are typed a little bit weirdly. It takes me a long time to try and read them. But there you go. Hello to everybody in the live chat room tonight. So before I get into the donations, quick update as to what's going on, because I am burning the candle at both ends, as they say, because at the moment I'm doing a lot of work on my side project, which is going to become a main project next Sunday. So we've got 8 days, and yeah, a lot to organise, but I mean, that's been in the works for about a year. So I spent quite a lot of time on it, but obviously this next week is going to be manic. And tomorrow night I'm going to be chatting with Tim Welch, and he's a vocal coach on YouTube. I've also, my interview with Dr. Dan, another vocal coach on YouTube, is going to be out next month, I do believe. Chris Lipe, had a chat to him, and I'm going to be chatting to him on next Wednesday night. So look out for that, because that's going to be Wednesday night's video. And I'm going to be on Chris's channel when, or just after it launches my project, because we talk about my project in a lot more detail. And Chris kind of knows what it's all about, and I've been chatting to him yesterday, as well as Warren Hewitt, the producer, because he's doing something for me as well to do with the side project that's going to be a main project next Sunday. And yeah, I've been chatting to lots of people, lots of emails, and yeah, just covering as many bases as possible and chatting to people about the project. But obviously that's all something that we're chatting about and is going to be recorded now, and then it's going to be released after everything kind of is made public, because everything is still under wraps, but not long to go now. So anyway, yeah, I can feel that, like, for example, tonight, I don't know why, but I probably do know why, but I've got quite a dry throat, even though you drink loads of water, but then you still got a dry throat, which, yeah, isn't usually a problem for me. But I think it's just going to be a case of maybe trying to get a block of sleep in and try to just continue to balance everything, because I'm still doing everything that I normally do, but with a project that would probably take the same amount of time as everything that I normally do. So it's trying to find the extra time in a day that doesn't exist. So generally what happens is it means you just sleep a little bit less to fit everything else in. But the last week, this is going to be, just I'm seeing it like an event that, right, we're in the last week now, we're going to be launching next Sunday, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, for all of you guys over on Patreon who want to get involved with this, it's not going to be something where I'm going to be, releasing a press kit or anything like that, because the project, when it launches, I don't think, from the reaction of the professionals that I've spoken to in the music industry, from different corners of the music industry, it's not something that I'm going to have to try and push or explain what it's about, or, say to people, oh, please, would you consider this? It's going to be something that is an option for people if they want it, and if they don't want it, it doesn't make any difference either way. So when I do ask people to, do a few things, it's just going to be about spreading the word, really, of the project so that people know about it, because that's all it is, really. It's just letting people know that it exists, that there is an option for artists, independent artists and bands, if they want people to know the way they make music and what they do when they perform live. There's going to be an option for them where it'll be blatantly obvious as to what they are doing, and it's going to be more to do with people that are genuinely going to be singing live, and they're not going to be lip syncing, and they're not going to be using auto-tune and these kinds of things, so that people, when they go to watch these bands, they will know exactly what they're paying for. So yeah, this is it. It's going to be a service like that. So it's not going to, I know that I've been receiving emails from people saying, oh, can you give us some stuff to get out there before you launch the project to get a head start? But it's really nothing like that. It's going to be a case of probably on the day of the launch, so next Sunday. That's then, once it's public, obviously people can go out there, spread the word in different directions, and I'll organise that all on Patreon over the next week, so you guys can look out for that. And by the way, if you do want to get involved yourselves over on Patreon, what I'm going to do is make these posts and the post that I'm talking about now public. So you don't have to be, a member or in one of the tiers over on Patreon. You can be a free member over there, and you'll be able to see the posts that I'll be making, and you'll be able to get involved if you do want to help with it, with getting the words out there. And when I say helping with it, it might be the case that people organise a particular group to send out emails to a particular, corner of, I don't know, media, potentially, that there could be a radio station or a TV station or, online newspaper, whatever it may be, and send emails letting them all know that this thing exists. And I think that if people do check it out, with the people that I've got on the website and the people that are saying positive things about it, I think it potentially will be something that might be worth reporting on, because, not to give away a spoiler, but yeah, Chris Lipe has said himself that he thinks it might be revolutionary in the industry. And I mean, Chris is great, a great singer, coach, vocal coach, and, producer. He's done so much, and he's done projects with Warren as well, Warren Hewitt. So yeah, I mean, for him to say something like that, I think, well, that's got to be quite a good sign, because he's quite switched on to the industry and how things are. And if he thinks that this project that I'm putting together and will be launching next Sunday could literally revolutionize the industry, then I think, well, it's got to be a good sign. So with that, if that's the impression people get of it, I think if we get the word out there, then maybe media will pick up on it, and maybe, journalists will pick up on it and think, oh, this is something that has never been done before and might change the music industry. So finally, people will know, rather than me having to point out on my channel all the time, people will know what they are listening to. And there won't be anybody email me emailing me saying, oh, is this lip synced? Is this mimed? Is this auto-tuned? And is this post-pitch corrected? And all of these different emails that I get. In the future, it might be the case that because of this project that I'm doing and launching next Sunday, it might be the case that you don't have to ask me because you'll already know. So, I mean, that would be great. So, anyway, yeah, look out for that next Sunday. And I'm thinking I might do a video on Friday that is literally just a video to say, don't miss the video on Sunday. Because, yeah, it's going to be a big one. And when I say that, I don't mean it's going to be a really long video. I mean, the announcement is going to be huge, and it's going to be something that, yeah, people hopefully will be able to kind of get behind, and then that'll be the call to action for then people to then jump into overdrive over on Patreon if you want to get involved. And let me just put that up on screen because it is patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus. But I'm thinking that, you know, just obviously me by myself, emailing people and contacting different channels, all that kind of stuff, that's something that I'm doing currently because it's got to be kept under wraps. But I think that, you know, if there are a few of you guys that get involved with it and we can coordinate our efforts, it means that potentially we could have tens or hundreds of different things that are going out, different branches, and we're potentially getting the attention of lots of people. I mean, I have done a bit of legwork so that on Chris's channel, like, he's got over 500,000 subscribers, so we're reaching a decent audience there. And Dr. Dan has got over 250,000 subscribers. Obviously, I'll be releasing something here, and I'm at what now 471,000 subscribers, which is great. So it means that yeah, I think Tim has got maybe 50 or 60,000 subscribers, but it means that we're hitting, yeah, quite a decent audience collectively. So yeah, fingers crossed. But I think if we get together, just you guys and myself, then we'll be able to get the word out there that something potentially revolutionary is launching and going to be available for the future of the music industry. But anyway, it's interesting because recently I've had emails from people saying, oh, have you ever thought about doing this? Or have you ever thought about doing that? And I've been replying saying, well, funnily enough, it's over a year now, I started thinking about this and put the wheels in motion so that now I'm at the point where I can launch this thing and it's all been organised, and, you know, from the legal side of things as well, it takes a very long time to get everything organised. So people are, I think, kind of getting the idea that maybe there needs to be something that lets people know what they're listening to. And yeah, that's what, you know, I've been working on for quite a long time and will be launching. So look out for it. Right, let's move on with tonight's live stream. And I can see that there have been some donations. But first of all, oh, have I changed the number? Now, this is a number that I'm having to change quite regularly because last time I can't remember what we were at. Actually, I've got it on the software here. How does that make any sense? It was 467,000 subscribers, and now we're up to 471,000. That can't be right. But anyway, I'm going to type it in because it says that number on my screen. Oh, what's happened here? I've had to sacrifice the likeometer to see to change the number. Anyway, let's jump into this because we're now at 471,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing and, you know, hitting the thumbs up, hitting the notification bell as well. That is something that you will need to do to get notified for my videos, and you probably want to make sure that you've done that because of the following week that we're going to be having, and the video that I'm going to be doing with Chris Lipe on Wednesday, and on Friday, not sure what I'm going to do for that video. Probably just tell everyone, look, just mark it in your diary, 8 PM Sunday the 23rd of February. Just make sure that you don't miss that video. So yeah, if you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, then you'll get notified for the video next week. But then, I mean, it's going to be exciting. I mean, let me get rid of this subscriber thing. But thank you guys for subscribing. It is very much appreciated. Crazy number, as I always say, but we'll keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. But yeah, it's going to be quite exciting after next week, because what the project involves is directly related to what I do on the channel. So I'm still trying to figure out things, and I mean, God, there's so many things that I think about that are all kind of fleeting thoughts. So one of them was, merchandise. Should I have merchandise for the other projects so that people can show that they support this particular thing that is in the music industry for transparency and honesty? I thought, that'd be quite a good idea. And I'm just thinking about, I've set up the Instagram, and I'm just thinking whether it probably makes sense for the project to have its own designated YouTube channel that is affiliated with this channel, because I think that's something you can do. I looked into it very briefly, probably about 9 months ago, but I think there's a way that I can set up another channel that's affiliated with this channel, so that it's like my other channel, and it will be the other project channel, because like I've said, it's all related to each other. And it might be the case that when I said in the last live stream about potentially doing videos that are highlighting artists or bands that are supported by that project, maybe either doing it on this channel, or maybe doing it on this channel and releasing it on the official channel of the other one. The problem that I have with, I think everybody has this problem, is actually getting the name of the channel. It's always got to be some kind of variation, because inadvertently, I set up Wings of Pegasus, thankfully, many years ago, like 2010 or 2011. So this YouTube channel has been in existence for a long time, so it means that at least I've owned Wings of Pegasus. But when you start up something new, because YouTube's been around for so long, more often than not, the chances are that what you want to call it has already been taken, so you have to do a variation of that particular name. But then, make sure everyone knows that it's official. But you will know if it's affiliated with this particular YouTube channel. But anyway, yes, and this is it. I just saw Joe saying something like, I'll have to hire people, and it might get to that point, depending on what happens and how far this project goes and how well it takes off. It might be the case that it's something where I will need to employ people to kind of just keep up with everything. But it'll be a good problem to have in the future. But it's something that I'm going to have to just see as we go. Anyway, let's get into those donations. Thank you guys for these. And yes, Paul donated $5 and said, fantastic, 471,000 subscribers, spike the likes, and let's have fun tonight. All y'all rock. So thank you for that, and great idea. If you can hit that thumbs up, would be very much appreciated. We're aiming for 665 likes tonight, and we're at 509. So if that were 510, that'd be 155. Okay, 155 more people required, I think, to hit the thumbs up, to hit that target, and for it to be a new record for the channel. I'm not even sure if that's right, but I'm going to stick with that maths for tonight. So thank you for that, Paul. And Kaylee's donated $10 as well. That's Kaylee's third super chat donation. So thank you for that. The message is, Phil, being new, I just saw your analysis of Solomon Burke. Cry to me. You have great rhythm swaying to the music. How are you on the dance floor with your rhythm? I bet you can dance. So thank you for that. And I haven't done any official dancing. You have the tango and the other things. A waltz. Is that another one? But anyway, I haven't done official dancing. I just do, I guess, just, I don't know, normal dancing. But I think I know I can lock into a rhythm, so that's maybe an advantage when dancing. So at least I can do something that's that at least resembles it. So thank you for that. And Maltesers donated $19.99. So thank you for that. Messages. Good evening, Phil. When you launch your mission and have media encounters, will you wear hoodie or blazer? Maybe hoodie under a blazer. So thank you for that. And it really just depends because I think if I go out anywhere, then I tend to wear what I usually wear when I go out, which is something, either a kind of trousers and either maybe trainers. I used to wear cowboy boots, but I haven't got any cowboy boots at the moment, or at least the ones that I've got are very old. And the ones that I did have, I tried to make, they were, I don't know how to describe the colour, but maybe a beigey kind of colour. And I tried to then make them black with polish, and that backfired. So I ruined those cowboy boots. But yeah, I think just for comfort, I wear trainers that are, not like running trainers, but just kind of halfway between a trainer and a smart shoe. So I have that for comfort, and I sometimes just wear a t-shirt if it's hot, but it's not usually hot here, so I wear a kind of smartish shirt over the top of a t-shirt, maybe like a band shirt. What have I got on tonight? AC/DC. So yeah, just a shirt underneath the shirt, maybe some accessories as well, for hands, and maybe wearing a couple of rings and things. So yeah, when I go out, it's obviously different to being here in this room, because this is just me in a room. I don't get all dressed up just to do this. So, and it's the same for the interviews, really. It's just generally I don't have time to kind of get ready for things. If I'm going out, obviously I know that I'm going out and get ready for that, especially if it's going to be on TV or something. Then I'm not going to be wearing a hoodie. But yeah, for my analysis videos as well, I think just me looking like this, I think people recognize this kind of attire, and they might recognize my videos and me from what I do on YouTube. So yeah, the YouTube thing is like this, or maybe with a band shirt or something. But yeah, if I go out, then I'll wear not a blazer. I'm not quite that formal. It'll be more like a leather jacket rather than a blazer. But anyway, thank you for that. And Maltesers donated $9.99 and says professional appearance matters. So thank you for that again. And that's Maltesers' 20th donation in the super chat window. So thank you for that. And yeah, if I'm just going out shopping, like, I don't know, buying milk, like soy milk, which is what I have, but the things that I always forget or run out of quickly, if I'm going out to the shops to get something, obviously I just go out like this. But then again, people potentially might recognize me for looking exactly the same as I do, but actually I do wear a cap most of the time, because it's really easy to just put my hair in a ponytail, put it all under a cap, and then I don't have to worry about the wind blowing the hair in my face and not being able to see anything. So people might not recognize me anyway, because yeah, I probably look a lot different wearing a cap. So anyway, thank you for that. Yes, yeah, I agree that professional appearance is important, and I think, yeah, sometimes when I watch chat shows and things, there are some people who turn up and they're wearing like, yeah, a hoodie or tracksuit bottoms and trainers, and obviously it depends what that person wants to wear, how they want to be perceived. But I always feel like, yeah, if I'm going on something that's a little bit more formal, then I would dress more formally to kind of suit the, I guess when you watch award shows, everyone doesn't just turn up in well, depending on the person, but they don't all just turn up in, t-shirt and a hoodie and tracksuit bottoms. It would be quite funny if everyone did, like all of the actors, like going to the Oscars. If they just have loads of pictures of, oh, and look at this this look that they've got on on the red carpet. They say, oh, who are you wearing tonight? And they say, well, I don't know. I got it from Amazon. It's just a hoodie. So, and then you just get person after person doing that. That'd be great. More relaxed Oscars. Would be a unique thing, certainly. Anyway, yeah, thank you for that. Karen's donated $5 as well. And the message is, hi Phil, stay hydrated for your dry throat. Perhaps tea and honey. Please don't deprive yourself of sleep. We wingers care about you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'll still try and get as much sleep as possible. I think it's just a unique week coming up, and then maybe the week after that it's going to be unique as well, as everything's rolled out. But thank you, Malteser again donated $19.99. The message is, a couple of weeks ago I made a Wings of Pegasus playlist on my non-monetized channel. Just today I saw that there are 93 views. I hope they are now your subs. I encourage everyone to do the same on their channel. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'm not sure how the playlists work, because the playlists, I think, just take the videos from where they are. So if you make a playlist of, Wings of Pegasus songs, for example, and you've taken that link from my channel, it is just literally playing them from my channel. So yeah, I think that's still technically going to be copyright claimed, because the videos are anyway. I get copyright claimed on my own channel, effectively by myself, but it's by TuneCore, who are the company that follow up all of my music and where it's being played, and whether it's played on the internet. If it's played on YouTube, then it gets copyright claimed, and that's the way that it works. So whenever I do a live stream, for example, the song that we started with, Haunted, at the end of this live stream, I will get a copyright claim from TuneCore for playing Wings of Pegasus. So yeah, I get copyright claimed on my own stuff. But that's all right, because in the end, it is eventually coming to me through the publishing company. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. But it's a lot less complicated for them to do it all, rather than me having to manually go out, and if somebody has played my song, for example, me having to go and try and find that song and then manually put out a copyright claim for it, and I haven't got that kind of time. So that's why TuneCore do it all. But really important to own all of your publishing rights. And by the way, if you are a musician and you've got songs that are out there in the world and you own the publishing to them, or make sure that you do own the publishing, because if you own that, then you can use a company like TuneCore and you pay them a yearly rate. And I don't know what it is, but it's crazy. I think it's like maybe £30 a year. It might be more than that now, because I don't keep tabs on it. But every time the year runs out, they just send you an email to say that they're going to, do it for another year, and it just keeps on rolling on. And if you are making money from your music, it's great as well, because they just take the money from there. So it just does its own thing and keeps on revolving. So all of the downloads and the copyright claims and the royalties from that, wherever your songs are being played, it just kind of looks after itself. And then I very occasionally log in there to see what's going on. And yeah, it is great, because you still own everything. TuneCore are just they're not taking a percentage of your music, you're just paying them a flat fee for the year, and then they look after it all. And any time that your music is used, they will claim it, which is good, and you get the royalties for that. Anyway, moving on. We've had another donation from David, who's donated $5. Thank you for that, David. The message is, blessings to you and your family. So thank you for that. And Malteser's donated again, $9.99. And I could just see Melody Rocks has just said, how do you get the publishing rights? Okay, I'll answer that question in a second. So Malteser says, are you having butterflies in your tummy in anticipation of your launch? No, I'm not. I'm too busy. I'm too busy to kind of sit back and think about things. I've just got to get through all the jobs before next Sunday. So, right, publishing rights. So let's say, for example, you've just written a song and you've recorded the song. And this is what I suggest probably everybody does, is you want to get your song recorded so that it's finished. It is a full song. And I mean, what I did with my songs is I released my album, and then a few years later, I then remixed it. So listening to it, I thought, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. And everyone, is always learning with production. And now I think, well, I could mix it a lot better now, but I've left it alone. So no, that's going to have to do. But yeah, I sometimes think with some of my cover videos, I think, this is a better mix than my actual album, because the cover videos I would have done obviously after my album, which was quite a few years ago now. So yeah, but I just leave it alone. But anyway, so the first mix that I did of the album, I then had that all done, uploaded it to Amazon and iTunes and probably Spotify back then, but I'm not on Spotify now because it's just stupid, because you don't make any money from it, or you do make money from it, but I've said multiple times I made £12 from 16,000 streams of That's Metal. So you compare that, £12, which is like, I don't know, $15 to $18. So compare that to 16,000 downloads from my website, which is 79p or 99p. Let's say 99p because it's easier to work out. So it means that I'm making just under £16,000, which is like, what did I just say? Like $20,000. So compare $20,000 to like $20. And you think, well, which one of those should I go with? I mean, it's a tough decision. So I think I'm going to go with the $20,000. So anyway, ever since I took my money off Spotify, I never looked back, because then I thought, well, all I've got to do is sell one album on my website, and that's going to cover 16,000 plays of a particular song. So anyway, yeah, not into Spotify. It's ridiculous. So that's another side of it. That's like marketing and making sure that, you know, you are getting paid for when somebody's listening to your song, because that's something you've created. And the amount of hours, like for example, if you're doing the album yourself, as I did with mine, like doing everything yourself with the playing everything apart from the drums, which we got down in just a day with my drummer. Once you've recorded everything, you've then got to produce it. And obviously I've got to play the guitars, I've got to do the vocals, I've got to do the backing vocals, I've got to now mix everything. And it took about 8 months. And that's like doing it every day. So when you then, and this is, I think, a mistake a lot of musicians make, is they don't think, how can I get paid for the time that I've just put in? Because I've put in 8 months of hours, literally hours every day, outside of my work schedule, and some people just go on the internet and give it away for free. It's like, well, that's not sustainable. And I think this is a mistake a lot of people make when they want to try and do music full time. If you give away your product, no business works like that. Where, oh, I've got a great invention, and they'll say, well, how much does it retail at? And you go, well, I'm going to give it away for free. And they'll say, well, that's not a business model, is it? Because you're giving it away for free. So how are you now going to pay for your food? How are you going to survive as a human? How are you going to have a house? How are you going to pay your mortgage? Oh, yeah, haven't thought about that. But I've seen loads of musicians do it. They just give away music for free. And it's all right to do it as, you know, a promotional thing. But I always think, yeah, that, you know, going on Spotify and letting people listen to your music for free. And they always say, oh, but you could be on the same playlist as other bands. Yeah, but you're not getting paid for it. Like, you could be on a playlist of somebody who's doing a free trial for 30 days. And guess what? That's a free trial. Where's your money going to come from if they have your multiple songs of yours on their playlist? Because after 30 days, they might just think, well, yeah, oh, well, I'll call it a day now. So you've made no money for that 30-day period, and they might have been listening to your songs for ages. And then, yeah, they might then pay their £9.99 for the month. So you think, well, hang on, they're listening to my songs 20 times a day, and that £9.99 is getting split among potentially hundreds of thousands of other artists. So you think, well, what do I get? And it works out as 0.0000012 of a pence in the end. Anyway, that's Spotify. I'm getting sidetracked. To own your publishing, record your songs, and upload them to TuneCore first. This is what you need to do. That's the company that I use. But there are lots of different companies that like hosting websites that can get your music on Amazon, iTunes, and whatever you want to do. So once you upload it to a site like that, you put in the title of the song, who wrote it, and maybe the lyrics as well. And once you register it with a company like TuneCore, you then have a unique reference number for it. And I can't remember what it's called, but there's a fancy word for it that is just its identity. That song now has a barcode, effectively, so that whenever it is put anywhere, it's registered, like with a content ID system as well. It's all registered through there. So as soon as it's played anywhere, it will get triggered. And you can say to TuneCore, I want you to look after my publishing, which means every time it gets triggered, you then get a royalty for that. So to own your publishing, do it through a third-party company like that, because now every one of your songs will be given a unique code. And then you're safe, because it's now covered. It's now in the vault of the world of music. You now have something. You now have a barcode for your music. So anyone else that tries to use your music or record something, you can say, oh no, that's already been done, that song. And somebody else's song might get claimed because it's copying your song. If they upload your song without permission, then they'll get a copyright claim notice on it. So depending on the agreement, I just do the copyright claim thing rather than blocking anybody from using my music. I don't really see the point in blocking music when people want to feature you and use it. So anyway, that's it. So TuneCore is the company that I would suggest using, but there are other companies out there. Right, now, we've had another donation from Malteser, so thank you for that. And the message is a $9.99 donation saying, I'm having butterflies in my tummy for you if you are not. So thank you for that. And followed up with another $19.99 donation. And the message is, my ears tell me some of your covers are better than the originals. I think you're breaking it down and building it up from the ground for your voice is the X factor. It is not just a fancy karaoke. What do you think? So thank you for that. And yeah, I think I'm not really into kind of singing over backing tracks, and I know that a lot of people do that on the internet, but yeah, I'd rather kind of dive into what's going on in the song, because I kind of like doing that anyway, just analysing it and thinking, right, what's the bass doing, and what are those keys doing in the background, and what's the guitar, what riff is that being played, and what voicing of the chord is that, and then where's the vocalist going, and what are those harmonies. I like kind of picking it all out, and then once I've got an idea of it, then putting it together myself. And I think if you do that, you'll get a unique version of the song anyway, because it's not just the original backing that you're using. It's your own version, your own playing. Anyway, thank you for that. I'm just going to skip this advert. And over on PayPal, we've had a few donations there, so thank you for this. It is John who's donated £5. So thank you for that, John. And then Mitch Marie has donated £3.80. So thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, what is the technique the great singers use to sustain high notes without their voice cracking? Thanks for all you do. Rock. So thank you for that. And basically, this is just support or diaphragmatic support, taking a diaphragmatic breath and applying just the right amount of airflow and compression to the vocal cords, so that enough air is coming through so that it's not over pushing so that you kind of burn out your voice, but then it's not too little air so that the vocal cords break apart. So it's just basically there's an art form to it. There's an art to it. The great singers who can sustain high notes generally just have great technique of being able to balance the airflow with compression so that it's never too much, and it's just past the point of vocal cords breaking apart, but they're coming together, and therefore is using the minimum amount of air to maintain the note. So once you start using too much air, that's where it can start to take a bit of a toll on your voice and maybe get burnout, with singing. And something that I think Chris Lipe and I have chatted about in our kind of recent in interviews or chats that we've had, which will be coming up on his channel and my channel. But the thing, maybe to get an appreciation of it, is if you breathe in, and it doesn't matter if you're trying to do a diaphragmatic breath or anything like that, if you're not a singer, if you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, or try to make a sound that isn't airy, like going, ah, if you do that, ah, all of your air has disappeared. And you can't maintain a for any length of time because your air's gone, and air's like the most precious commodity ever. So what you want to do, and that's why, and then start up again. So I've just tried stopping the stream on my software and then starting the stream again. So I don't know whether it's going to now reconnect. And I can see that I'm moving back on the screen, which is a good sign. So unfortunately, it means that yeah. Oh, hang on, we're at 655 likes. So even though we just lost, I don't know, about 200 people, we are back in the game, and we might still hit the likes goal for tonight. I'm not sure. We will see. So I don't know what you saw of that, but I was demonstrating how to hold a high note and what the vocal technique is. So it'd be a bit of a shame if you missed out on all of that. But let me know if you saw my demonstrations of stubbing my toe, holding air behind vocal cords, and then demonstrating holding a note for a very long time and what is actually going on. So that was my question you were explaining while it was buffering. So, okay, really quickly, I won't hold the notes for as long as I did before, but when you stub your toe and you go, ah, you make a noise like that. So you're holding the air behind your vocal cords. So you go like that. You hit your foot on the sofa and you go, ah. So that sound, in the demonstration that I did it before, I did that for a lot longer, so it's probably good that I'm doing it for a shorter time now. But I said that sound I can probably hold for a minute, a minute and a half, and it's because I'm allowing just a tiny bit of air through my vocal cords. So hopefully you heard that. So now when we get into singing, because that's not singing, but that's the process, and something that you can have a go at doing yourselves. So it's holding air behind your vocal cords with compression and allowing just a little bit of air through. So now when we relate this to singing, it's the same process, but if I'm hitting a higher note, and because the compression lends itself to getting higher in your range. So if I go ah, ah, and I let out all of the air, ah, you can't maintain that note. And I said previously that is why falsetto doesn't last for as long, because you're not holding the air behind your vocal cords. But now if I go, I can keep on with that note because I'm holding the air behind my vocal cords and just letting a particular amount of air through. So that's how you can maintain the high notes for longer. It's just balancing air. But great singers can balance air and compression to let out exactly the right amount of air so that it's getting the note, but it's not placing strain on the vocal cords or anything like that. And it's not too little air that the vocal cords break apart. So you've got just enough air to keep it all perfectly balanced. And that's why great singers can hold, high notes for a long time, because they've got that perfect balance between the two. So there you go. We hopefully that was still understandable and that I was live and you can understand the process for it. So when you do stub your toe or, hurt yourself and you have that reaction, that is overly compressed, but that is the function, really. That is what's going on when you learn to sing. And that's why when people start to try to learn to sing and they're not doing that, they're not kind of going, and they haven't got that kind of appreciation of airflow and compression, they might try and sing and they think, oh, I can't sing. And you think, yeah, but you're singing how you're talking. You're singing like this. Whereas when you start to sing, you're not doing this. This isn't singing, because your air just disappears because you're talking. If I'm now talking on pitch, you can hear the amount of air that I'm losing. And like talking, you have to take regular breaths. But as soon as you hold back that air and go, now I'm applying a bit of compression so that I can keep on talking for a longer time because I'm not using all of the air up at the same time. I've got air behind my vocal cords, so now I don't need to take a breath because I've still got lots of air down here that's just waiting to be used. I don't keep doing it for ages and ages and ages. But hopefully you understand the principle. Right. There you go. With the loading, unfortunately, there's a very long answer to that question. But thank you for that, Mitch Marie. And we've had a £20 donation from Porter. So thank you for that donation as well. And Nicole has donated £10. Thank you for that, Nicole. The message is, congrats and support Phil. In order to see Wings of Pegasus continue to fly away, you're great. Good health, Phil. Love and good time of rock. So thank you for that. And Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. The message is, hi, Phil. Congratulations on hitting 471,000 subscribers. Well done, Phil. You are the best. Keep on rocking. Thank you for that. And let me just... I can see PM112 says, okay, I think I just passed out from oxygen deficiency. So this is it. Another thing. That if you are doing this at home, be careful with it, because you are effectively holding your breath. If you're holding a note for a very long time, if you're not used to doing it, if you're doing it for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds a minute, yeah, just maybe build up a little bit. Just time it and gradually build it up. So, yeah, and this, I used to, until I thought, oh, maybe this isn't too healthy. But I used to experiment with holding my breath to see how long I could do it for. And I did it for, I think, 3.5 minutes, maybe close to 4 minutes. And that was just doing it, gradually building it up. And I think I started at maybe a minute or a minute and a half. And it is something that if you practice, you get better at. But then I thought, well, maybe... because I was doing it by myself and I wasn't being monitored by a professional, I thought, okay, I'm holding my breath for long enough now that I think maybe it could be dangerous. but at least it's the principle with singing that if you practice something, you will get better at it. And same with fitness and your body being able to use oxygen more efficiently. Like I said, just gradually build it up. Don't start holding your breath for silly amounts of time. That's just something that I was doing, and I realized that, I could get better at it if I was in a life-threatening situation and I was underwater. I was thinking, at least I know that I've got maybe 4 minutes to try and sort out the situation or get to the surface. But then after that, I thought, yeah, it's probably a bit silly to be holding your breath for that amount of time. Right. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Tammy. Did I read this message? Hi, Phil. Congratulations on hitting 471,000 subscribers. Love, well done, Phil. You're the best. Keep on rocking. And there's another one that's come through. And the message is from Lisa W. £10. Thank you for that. The message is, your channel is growing so fast now. And I know we have to get into the cover video and the Phil Jam. We will get into that in a second. Karen's donated £6. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi, Phil. Congrats on hitting 471,000 subscribers. You don't cease to amaze me. I'm asking out of curiosity, do you watch stand-up comedy, e.g. Jack Whitehall? I've been told that sense of humour is one's best friend. Do you agree, disagree? Thanks for all you do and being you. We wingers stand by you. Cheers, Karen. Thank you for that, Karen. I don't watch a lot of stand-up comedy, but I do like comedy in general. Dawn's donated £6 and 8p. Thank you for that, Dawn. And it's a straight-up donation. Sue's donated £20. Thank you for that, Sue. The message is, seems like the Steve Luke of the shout-out brought lots of new eyes, ears, and subscribers to your channel. Congrats on the continued and well-deserved growth. Onward to 500k. So thank you for that, Sue. And Karen's donated £7 and 60p, so thank you for that. The message is, greetings from beautiful Sacramento, California. Phil, you can definitely have two channels. I know someone who has a music channel and also a channel that's mostly comedy. So thank you for that. And Chris has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Chris, and that is a straight up donation. So, right, we're going to jump into this cover video because we've got to move on with things. So what is it going to be? It's going to be To Be With You for tonight. So let's end the vote. And we will jump into this, my version of the Mr. Big classic. Of course, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you after. Rock! Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one, yeah. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line, waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, it's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line, waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope deep inside, you feel it too. Waiting on a line, waiting on a line, yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you. And there we have it. That was my version of To Be With You by Mr. Big. Let me turn down this echo. Right, we are going to be jumping into very quickly Picture Corner because we have a picture for tonight. And Oh, here we go. So this is Karen, of course, with the Wings of Pegasus merchandise on, and yeah, the hat, the t-shirt, and let me just grab the message from this. Messages. This is me wearing my Wings of Pegasus cap and t-shirt. This is the first time I've worn this t-shirt, and since it was a bad hair day, the cap was great. I've lost 40 pounds, and this is the first time I've posed with the Wings of Pegasus merchandise since that weight loss. Since I'm also a musician, I've got some jewellery and some glammed up makeup. So thank you for that, and that's Picture Corner for tonight. So we're up to date in the PayPal window. Just quickly, we do have some action in the Super Chat window. It's Malteser again, who's donated $9.99. Oh, I think we've got 4 here. The first one, I've been reading some comments from some people who poo-pooed your pitch correcting analysis. Even they admit they like your voice. You do have a fab voice. I feel happy listening to you sing. So thank you for that. And then the next one, $4.99. I will make another donation as soon as I can sell the next pint of blood. So thank you for that. Next message, $9.99 says, just kidding. And then $9.99, I realise how hard it is for buskers to make a living. So I open my wallet for all the buskers in the farmers market today. So thank you for that. Right, we are going to be this Marcelli says, hey Phil, did you pitch corrected this song? I'm assuming that you're talking about the cover, and no, I don't use pitch correction or auto tune, and I've never lip synced. It's just something that I'm not into. And because I'd learned to sing from scratch, I think that when you spent a long time learning to sing, I don't know, for me, I just want it to just be my voice and then say, well, that's what I do. But yeah, I mean, there's a video that somebody did, and I think they're just trying to get views, and they said the thumbnail was something like fraud ? Does Wings of Pegasus use pitch correction? And that was their thumbnail. And then in the video they show, oh, he doesn't use pitch correction, because they did the analysis using pitch monitoring software. But it was funny because, seeing the thumbnail, I thought, well, I kind of watched a bit of the video. So I thought, well, I know what I do. So, if they're trying to kind of manipulate my voice to be on lines, good luck with that, because they'd have to pitch correct it to get it to show that it's on lines. And I would hope that I get close to some lines, but because I never look at lines, like A440 standard pitch is something that I've never done. I've always tried to judge whether I've sung it well with the backing and with the chords, and does it sound like it's kind of accurate? And if it does sound all right, then I think, well, that's all right. I'm just singing, and that's what I do. So I don't use pitch correction or auto tune or anything like that, and certainly not into the lip syncing thing. Right, let's think about miming and pretending to play the guitar. I actually play guitar. I will be playing guitar now. It is on, and let's put on that, and let's zoom out with this. Right, and let's click actually on the link to begin with. I'm not sure what the levels are going to be like here.
It was like nothing we had ever seen.
Well, it was like nothing they'd ever seen before. Maybe that's an intro to this particular Phil Jam. Okay, so this is Haunted Guitar backing track in C minor, and this is from Darren Davidson, and it just says topic. So I think this is maybe, I don't know, is it part of a playlist or something? But that's where you need to go in order to find this particular this particular backing track. It's 7.5 minutes. Right, I'm just going to let this play through and check the levels, see if I can hear it, and let me know if you guys can hear this. the zoom, so we're fine. Could this be a bit clean? Let's try it. Gonna get dirty again. Gonna clean again. Sound like an explosion or something. Did that happen the other times? gonna suddenly end. And there we have it. That was Haunted guitar backing track in C minor. So there it was, and that is from Darren Davidson, the YouTube channel, I assume. But there we go. That was that. Quite a cool backing track, and yeah, got a little. I was gonna say got a little bit jazzy in places, but yeah, a few changes going on, and started to push the boundaries a little bit. But yeah, pretty much got there in the end. I think with that, again, I don't know what about playing in C minor. Again, it's not really a key that I play in much, or do many people play? You know, because typically, especially with Hendrix, being in you know, B minor or B minor 7th there, but I think there's a tendency to always kind of jump to there. So yeah, always kind of being in. I think maybe looking at the guitar is the worst thing that you can do when you're playing in keys that you don't normally play in, because you just throw yourself a bit of a curveball because you're so used to looking down and seeing particular places. So anyway, that was that. However that was, it is what it is, and it was what it was. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and actually getting us to the Phil Jam for tonight. So it means that next week is literally going to be the night before the bigger launch. But next week we're going to be aiming for another record. So if everyone can turn up again, that'll be great, because we'll need every single thumbs up we can muster. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the donations as well. You don't have to donate, but they are very much appreciated. I'll be here with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. I'll be live streaming on Tuesday night, of course. So yes, if you could join me then, that would be great. 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time, as always. So all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a great rest of your week and weekend. Not much of the week left, but have a great rest of your weekend and the start of next week. Why not? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Rock!